Hello, HOI4 people. Today we'll be doing a Tuvan Empire playthrough, one of the cutest and most good guy compatible nations. It is kind of difficult though, I'm guessing. This is all that you could expect and more for a Tannu Tuva focus tree. I assume if I had to guess, the turn to the right path is most likely the most interesting one, mostly because you can form the Tuvan Empire. I guess there's this pretty cool focus, Land of the Setting Sun. That's a zinger right there. That's good. And the Eternal President, but I assume this is pretty boring, this path here, because you can't really do too much besides, United States gets event union with Tuva. My brain's just in EU4 mode, so whenever I hear union with, I immediately jump to personal unions or something. But yeah, this is the 20th century. There are no such things as personal unions anymore. We also start with a surplus of 6 manpower, 6 good-hearted men ready to fight for the cause. Well, not anymore. They're all put into this one cavalry division. Yeah, forming the Tuvan Empire is going to be difficult unless we get a nice alliance with Japan and they do everything for us. And we are experiencing substantial political power losses due to low recognition for our country. It appears that not many foreign nations, including the Soviet Union in this mod, recognize us. And so we will have to ask people for recognition, and that'll slowly fix our political power situation. Then we can get I don't think we have a silent workhorse, but we do have 2 or 3. Yeah, we have 3 daily political power advisors. The bank chairman will probably be best, I guess. Either way, we don't want the other 2 guys, because then we'll be getting communist and democracy support that we don't want. And then the prosecutor gives us negative political power gain. I don't know who that guy is. I guess there's probably not very many political leaders of Tannu Tuva for the mod developers to choose from while making this mod, so they have to use random prosecutors from Tannu Tuva as political advisors, which is respectable. As a mod developer myself, I have learned to appreciate the finer things like that. We also can form a Turkic or a Siberian state, depending on what areas we take control of first. Form Turkestan or the Siberian Socialist Federative Soviet Republic. And we could do some of these focuses to increase support of the party we want to get into power, but the better option, in my opinion, would be to let support tick up automatically while we do focuses down in the industry and state recognition paths. I think that'll be much better. It'll just take a little longer to unlock the rest of our political tree. And Japan has recognized us. I see this as the start of a beautiful relationship between our 2 growing countries. But yeah, with that, we will now invite a certain Russian from Manchuria into our humble country. And perfect, we're now the Tuvan state, unfortunately completely surrounded by the Comintern, so it's impossible for us to expand without the help of some nicely placed national focuses. We can strengthen ties with Japan, but I think we need to do our own alliance in order to form the Tuvan Empire, and Japan might go democratic or communist anyways, so I don't know. We can probably join their faction regardless if we're at war with the right people. We'll just disband our faction. Japan went historical. We joined their faction, but then we got kicked out when we had to create our own faction via focus. Again, I can disband it and join their faction, but I'll stay out of it for now. I don't even border China, so there's no point in joining. What I will do is I'll do the emphasis on submission focus that, while unfortunately doesn't involve us being submissive, does give us the ability to subjugate certain countries. The other option would allow us to stage coups and get more alliance members, but that's rather boring. Now I'm going to rush down to this focus here to recruit mercenaries, because we'll be needing mercenaries to take over Mongolia, because we have a decision that'll allow us to go to war with with them without them being able to call in the Soviet Union. But even with that, they have 3 to 10 divisions, and we have 1 and no manpower to make any more, so we can't really invade them without getting some more divisions. We also have another focus over here that will give us 100% monthly population, which will help in the long run, but with the amount of manpower and population we currently have, even plus 100% monthly population won't amount to anything at all. Well, and Mongolia is free anyways, so the decision doesn't matter. We have the appearance of the blessed Soviet Union, so that's always nice to see. I almost wish I stayed communist so we could ally with them, but now we won't be making any alliance. If anything, we'll invade them to take more territory. They already took Eastern Poland, which is weird. Unless Poland gave it to them, I don't know what their new focus tree is like, but I assume they don't give the Soviets the Eastern Poland for no reason. And the recruit mercenaries decision is not as powerful as I thought it would be. You get very, very little manpower from it. You would have to do this decision 100 times to get anything decent, and you would have to get the 25% chance that gives 1,000 each of those times. It costs 100 political power too. It's not even worth it, especially for the 5% consumer goods. This is terrible. So, this mod definitely doesn't make Tannu Tuva overpowered, so we did have to join Japan's faction to get help with Mongolia, but we should be able to defeat them. Then we have claims on all of them, or cores. No, just claims. So Japan will let us take that. We also have cores on, or claims? No, we don't actually have claims on Xinjiang, but we may be able to do something to take them over. So I think now we will help Japan finish off China, because once this war ends, Xinjiang will definitely leave Japan's faction or be kicked from it, one or the other, and then we, with the help of Japan, can invade and probably core Xinjiang, and then we can move on to something else, maybe. Okay, Soviets are at war with the Allies and Italy, or I guess Italy is in the Allies, a rare Mussolini in the Allies, Democratic Germany and Democratic Poland, non-Franco-fascist Spain, Alf in America. I haven't quite seen this happen before. I've been seeing a lot of Return of the Kaiser, so this is cool, I guess. So a lot of the world situation will be decided on what faction Democratic Germany decides to join. Will Democratic Germany join the Democratic Czech Entente, or will they join the Democratic Allies? Well, I guess only one half of the team is Democratic. My guess is that they will join France, because Germany is guaranteeing the independence of Albania, and there's a good chance that Italy invades Albania. Yep, and there we go. Germany is in the Czech Entente. And I think they will win. Well, I doubt they will capitulate the UK, but they will take out Italy eventually. So the finale of this playthrough might be Japan's co-prosperity sphere, which includes us, and the Allies, which includes the UK, Italy, and probably the US later on, against the Entente and the Comintern. That's my guess for what the final battle will be like. But it could really go either way. It depends who the Netherlands join, because Japan will declare war on the Dutch East Indies and probably the Philippines. They could technically bypass them, so we might go to war with the Allies regardless, or maybe the US won't join the Allies if we're already at war with the Czech Entente by that point. So it really comes down to who the Dutch East Indies and the Netherlands join. Wait, and Liberia is now a protectorate of Poland? Is that what the new DLC added? That's terrible. And Xinjiang left Japan's faction to join a faction with communist China, so we are going to quickly invade them while all their divisions are somewhere here or something. So we'll be able to get all of this territory and core that before Japan defeats China. Also, there's no railroads, no trains, no supply, so that's fun. We got one division encircled, we encircled two of their divisions, but both of us are fighting without supply. Well, they have some supply because they're so close to their capital and have local supply, but if they move more than 2 tiles away from their capital, they don't have any supply either. We'll build up the railroads eventually, once we have enough civs to do something. And as predicted, the US has joined the Allies, as Mexico has joined the Czech Entente. So the US will be invading Mexico. There's a very high likelihood of that. So France has expanded quite a bit and the UK got a landing. Us over here, we've invaded the Soviets. We actually didn't start this war. Japan declared on them and then we joined and we had a decision to cause a rebellion. It was a rather small rebellion, but still helpful, I guess. We're now just playing Build Up Railways Simulator to try to get supply over here in central Russia. But we should be able to win after the Civil War. They are very weak. Japan is very strong, and we have a decent economy. This is decent for Tannu Tuva. The SSSR has terrible name placement, though, just in the corner right there. I guess this area is larger than this area. I don't think so. The US also took Baja California for themselves, while not puppeting, but releasing a new Mexico that's in the Allies. The old Mexico, I believe, was also democratic. They were just the wrong kind of democratic. And yes, we are the Tuvan Empire now, which is pretty cool. And we took a supply base right here and then immediately built a railroad connecting to it, which is a big move. That's going to give us a lot of options in the south here. They might encircle these Japanese and Manchurian divisions over here, but if we break this tile, then all this will be encircled again, and these guys will have an alternate supply route. Oh yeah, and we do have the amazing Tannu Tuva railway gun. It has been pretty nice. Japan, of course, isn't making railway guns, you know. I believe you can transport them with ships to the mainland, but not surprising that they aren't producing them. So Japan, instead of attacking the Dutch East Indies, I forgot that they had French Indochina denied to them, so now they're at war with all of the Czech Entente. And we've taken another forward supply hub here. It's this tile here, yeah. So we'll get control over it soon when the month ticks. And we also probably need to build a supply hub here, just because Japan's going to lose a lot of supply by overcrowding that area, so we'll build one to be nice to them. And supply hubs cost an insane 20,000 construction cost. But I'm forced into a place where I have to build a lot of them. I don't think I've ever built this many, but I'm building my third and my fourth one. Who knew that as Tannu Tuva, that would be the main issue? Having to build supply hubs everywhere. At least we have 340,000 manpower. And railway guns really are amazing. It's working wonders here. It has a range like this though. So over here where states and provinces are giant, the railway gun is terrible because sometimes it can be in a province and it can't even help fight battles one province away. But over here where the provinces are small, it's a lot more effective and helping us easily push along this railway. And if we can push further along this railway and then start taking railways up here, we can compromise the Soviets' efforts in the east. They already don't have any supplies, so I guess we're not gonna make it that much worse. But we're so close to some of their major cities, but we're going to have to wait until this supply hub finishes. And our cavalry is marching into Moscow. We'll connect our railway to it as we capture these few tiles, and while Moscow isn't the capital for the Soviets, it is the center of their railway system. So they still have this northern railway connecting to Leningrad, but everything in the south has become a lot more complicated for them. And I know it's not as cool as the Tuvan Empire, but we get a lot of cores by forming the Turkic Empire, which is a massive improvement that has substantially improved our compliance and resistance situation. Anyways, this is where I'm going to have to call it. We're kind of in a stalemate now with Germany since Japan declared war on them, which was really annoying. But anyways, it's been fun playing as the Turkic Empire. I don't think I'll continue because there's not too much I can do. I guess I have 6.7 million manpower now, so I guess I could do something, honestly. That's a lot of manpower, but it would just be a very, very long war to finish off a very, very strong Germany. But yeah, that's all for now, and I guess I will see you all next time.